What's up, PokeTC gamers? Today we are going to go over the Born of Fire Starter deck that you get in the Pokemon trading card game online. We're going to go over some battle strategies that I like to use. I recommend putting in the comments down below some other strategies so that everyone benefits from the video. And let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at the Pokemon in this deck. So we have our... oh, and I should start by saying that I have unlocked all the cards to this deck, so if you are still trying to defeat those first few matches, they can get rough, especially like in the middle when you're starting to defeat some of the trainers, and then you find that they get harder as you play them. So make sure you're waiting to use those super effective decks for once you're at the trying to get the third and fourth star for that trainer. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you. So let's take a look at the Pokemon. We have an Eevee Flareon combo here. So Eevee basic card, not super great to be quite honest. Then we have our Flareon. Flareon's decent. When it is a Flareon, it allows all the Pokemon to be fire type. It also has Heat Breath, which does 60, and then if you flip a coin and get heads, 20 more damage, so a total of potentially 80, which can be really nice. Then what we have next is our Growlithe. My favorite Pokemon in this deck is actually the Arcanine. So Growlithe is decent. We're talking 2 energies for 20, so this is a good one to put on your playmat as your starter card when you are going to be going first, because you can't attack on your first turn. At least you're able to put an energy on him. On it, and then in your next turn you can attack and you're doing 20, whereas a lot of the other Pokemon, when they have just 1 energy, it's going to do 10. So if you have some energies in your hand and the Growlithe and you're going to go first, I recommend putting the Growlithe out. Arcanine, like I said, my favorite, specifically when it is paired with the burning energy. So that is the fire energy that says if it has to be put into the discard pile, you can reattach it back to the Pokemon. So this whole discard an energy card to this Pokemon for Flamethrower cease to exist once you have that card on there. You do have to make sure that you actually click that special energy card. If you click just a basic fire energy card, it is going to go into your discard pile. Flop is also a really good move. So you already have 2 energies on that for the bite, or maybe you only have 1 energy and you evolve it. It's cool. Now you're getting Flop for 30 hit points when you're only putting 1 energy. So even if you can't get 3 energies in your hand, it's still going to be doing quite a bit of damage, especially early on in a match. Then we have Moltres. Moltres is alright. What I like about Moltres is high HP, low retreat cost. So Moltres is one of those Pokemon that I may just put out there to take on some damage while I prepare everyone else. The reason for this is that Flying Flare is going to do 20 damage to itself. So, and it takes 4 energies to do. Combustion's not bad. I had mentioned earlier that having 1 energy for 10 hit points, this is one of those few that 1 energy card equals 20. So if you are going second at the start of the game and you have a Moltres and energy in your hand, this actually might be a really good card to start with, because not only is it going to be doing 20 damage every turn, it's going to be lasting quite a bit of time because it has that 120 HP. And then, when you get to the point where it's about to faint, you can use a retreat, get it back, and send in whatever it is that you've been preparing. Vulpix, basic. It's nice sometimes to use Roar. I have used that before when I'm trying to buy myself time, and there's a really strong active Pokemon. Na is basic, 1 energy for 10. Vulpix is good to also potentially be a discard if you have the ability to play the stadium card that is in this deck. And we'll go over that when we get to that card. Meowth, Persian are going to be basic here. Not a big fan of either one, to be quite honest. I don't like cards that rely too heavily on probability. So this one's flip 3 coins, 20 damage per. So highest you're going to get with those 3 energies is 60 hit points, which is not a really good ratio in my opinion. Though the draw card can be nice when you have nothing else that you can really do, it can come in clutch. Evolving it to a Persian allows you to do a little bit more, so always make sure that you evolve a Persian not on your bench. When you evolve it on the bench, you don't get this raid ability. I always make sure I try to evolve it on the as an active Pokemon, even if that means it already has 2 energies on it and I just sitting with the Persian in my hand. That way I at least get 60 damage out of this. Raid is not a bad attack, 1 energy for 30. And then flip 3 coins, this attack does 30 damage per. So for 2 energies, you can get as high as 90 hit points, which isn't too bad. Next we have Snorlax. Snorlax is another one of those Pokemon that I use basically to just chill there while I prepare everything else. Unlike Moltres, Snorlax has a high retreat cost. So if you're putting Snorlax out, you're going to essentially be keeping Snorlax out there until Snorlax fades. One nice thing is the Pump Body ability ensures that it doesn't take any damage from any attack that's 30 or less. And then if it's higher than that, it's reduced by 30. So even a 40, 50 attack isn't going to do much to big ol' Snorlax here. The knockaway is okay. We're talking 50 for sure with 4 energies, and then a 50-50 chance of it getting up to 80. So not a great return on investment of energies there. Alright, Ponyta. So, what's one nice thing is the returning flame. So, if you are not getting that special energy card and you're like, I'm running out of energies and I can't keep my either my Rapidash or your Arcanine going, switching out Pokemon for a Ponyta and using returning flames a couple of times can be really helpful to get some of those energy cards out of your discard pile and back into your hand. I really like the Rapidash in this as well. Similar to the Arcanine, you need to make sure that you're using that special energy so that you're not losing energies every turn, but a 2 energy to 70 hit ratio is a really high one here. Low retreat cost for this Pokemon. Also, this deck has a level up ball, and you can use that to put any Pokemon with a HP of 90 or less in your hand. So when you have one of those, it's really easy to evolve your Ponyta. Just make sure you don't evolve it unless you have enough energy cards, because it's worth taking maybe a small hit to get 2 more energy cards, because we know that Fire Blast is going to come in at the end there and really take the opponent down. Taurus is also a good Pokemon. The ability here is that Takedown is going to hurt the Taurus, but all those damage counters are going to lead you to do more and more damage when you use Seething Anger. And so if I'm not getting my Arcanine, if I'm struggling to get energies in my hand, but I have a Taurus, I might allocate energies to it to ensure that I can do some great damage here, because 30 damage times the number of heads, you get to flip a coin for every damage counter. That means for every 10 damage that Taurus has, you're going to be able to flip a coin. And when you're looking at 60 damage there, you're flipping 6 coins. If you get 50% of that, we're going to be doing some high-end damage. 120 specifically damage. Fresh Water heals 20 damage from each Pokemon. So your basic trainer item. Sorry, I just realized that wouldn't have been 120 damage. That would technically be 90, because it's not 30 plus, it's 30 times. So if all 6 of those were zeros, you're not going to do any damage to Taurus. Okay. So that's the level ball I talked about. Search your deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. Reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So like I said, sometimes I use this for Rapidash. Sometimes I use this just to get the first level of a Pokemon. So maybe I have an Arcanine in my hand. I have plenty of energies for it. I just don't have the Growlithe. I might use the level ball to go and get my Growlithe. So don't think just because it has the word level in it, it needs to be a higher level Pokemon. Talonflame is just a nice item to use. You get to see the prize cards you're going to get. This is especially helpful if you're unsure if you have specific cards in your deck or if they're prize cards, and then it ensures you get them faster, because then you get to obviously pick the ones you want. Your basic energy retrieval, Pokeball. I don't know about you all. My hit rate of getting heads on a Pokeball is incredibly low. I don't feel like it's 50-50. I feel like it's like a 15% chance it's going to be heads for me. Specifically when I'm playing other online players, and when it really matters. Okay, so Scorched Earth is the stadium card here. So this is one where I was talking about where it might be. This is where I throw Vulpix into the Scorched Earth. So once you discard a fire or fighting energy, oh, I'm sorry. This is discarding an energy card, so you can't throw Vulpix into the flames. Well, too bad. You can discard a fire or fighting energy from your hand in order to draw 2 cards. So if you're not getting what you need, you have plenty of energies, feel free to use this. I rarely play the stadium card. I just don't find that I'm struggling to get the cards that I need often. And energy cards are so important in this deck because you're discarding them so often if you're not getting that special energy. So I don't really find a return on investment on this. Professor Sycamore, basic. Discard your hand, draw 7. Make sure you use all what you can in that hand before you discard. Giovanni's Scheme, so you can either draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. So if you have 4 cards in your hand, and you play Giovanni, you're going to get 2. Or if you already have 5 in your hand, you're going to get 1. So I tend to find that I don't have a little amount of cards in my hand enough to make that worth it. I generally will hold on to this card and use it when I need that extra 20 damage to take out a Pokemon, especially when I'm playing online players, because this is not something someone's necessarily expecting when they're planning out how they're going to do their turn. So if they think they're going to get one more hit off with their Luxray, and then you come in with this 20 extra damage, that can change how that match is going to go. Judge, shuffle your hand, draw 4 new cards. Your opponent does this as well, so just know that. See if Pikachu's like chilling. Oh, there's a Pikachu balloons. Okay, sorry, got distracted. Lysandre, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. This is a really fun one to use as well online when other players aren't expecting it, but can help get you to where you need to go. Just be careful, because sometimes you can accidentally misuse this, and then you put out a Pokemon, and then it just so happens that they have the evolution in their hand. So I usually pick something that has, even if it's a better card, if it has no energies attached to it, or if it's, say, like the second evolution of a Pokemon, let's say it's a Greninja, then hypothetically this Greninja, you need 3 energies to do any attack, and it has no energy on it. Even if it's a higher HP Pokemon, I'm going to pull that one out, because I know they're not going to be able to attack me for at least 2 turns. I say 2 turns because maybe they have a double colorless energy in their hand. Steven, search your deck for a support card and a basic energy, reveal them, put them into your hand. I use this card as often as I can because I'm looking for those energy cards. I rarely care about what the supporter card I'm getting is, so I'll just kind of pick whatever. You can pick another Steven, so if you're really struggling to get those basic energy cards, you can use Steven to get Steven to get Steven to get Steven. Weakness policy, this is really great when you're playing a water deck, so make sure you don't have any weaknesses. Save that for, save these for the Pokemon that you are going to be really utilizing in this match. So I wouldn't put this on a Vulpix. Vulpix, I'm sorry, you're not worth it. Okay, Ninetales is. Don't get me wrong, I love Vulpix, it's just not useful in this deck to me. So XP share is really helpful. You attach this to the Pokemon who's going to gain, scratch that. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from opponents, you may remove 1 energy card that was attached to that Pokemon. So you put this on the Pokemon that is going to faint, and then you can give 1 of its basic energies to a different Pokemon. This basic energy, so you can't do the burning energy card, so not that special energy card. So here's that burning energy, special energy card like I talked about. I try my best not to attach this to anything other than a Growlithe, Arcanine, Ponyta, or Rapidash, but sometimes you're really struggling and you gotta attach it to somebody, and so if you don't have those on the board and you're gonna faint without doing an attack, then by all means use it. I just try to hold on to it. And then you have your basic energy cards. So that is this deck, and the basics of how to use it. So now let's go and do a trainer challenge and see if we can continue on our city championship going against Rika using our Born of Fire. That was quite an outpour of local pride. But pride doesn't win games, nor do hurt feelings. Let's play this out. Who even are you? Choose your Pokemon you're active. Am I going first? Well, I don't really have a choice here, do I? Eevee it's going to be. Alrighty, so... Oh, this is hard. I don't want to use these Professor Sycamores. I can't use them this turn. But I'm just thinking I don't want to use them because I don't want to lose this special energy card. But I have no energies. There's nothing I can do about any of this. I'm just gonna have to hit done. Great. Yes. Don't hurt Eevee. Did nothing to you. Okay. We're gonna attach this. So, some of you might think I should evolve my Flareon, but if I evolve my Flareon, then I can't do any attacking. And since I have 60, it has 50, it's gonna last some time. Oh, but I just remembered, any damage against Pokemon. So my tackle is not gonna do anything. So, there's really no point. I am going to put the XP share on this because, let's be honest, if I don't get another Pokemon, then I am SOL, and if I do, then it's going to get an extra energy with it. I'm actually thinking about playing this level ball and getting an Arcanine out here so I can use this special energy next turn and then use my Professor Sycamore. I'm processing out loud for you to hopefully help you all. I'm also using this to see if there's an Arcanine in my deck, and there is, which means it is not in prize cards, so that is good to know. Alright, so Growlithe is going to go there. I am going to choose to evolve since, well, no, because I could use a lunge potentially next turn if I decided not to do all of this. I want to leave my options open. I might do tackle, even though it's not going to do anything. Pokemon Fan Club. 2 basic Pokemon they're pulling. It's cool. Thanks for letting me know. What is with these tackles? Okay. I am going to choose to evolve it so that I can use Professor Sycamore. Bye-bye. Of course I get the Ponyta instead of getting the Arcanine, which means I should... Oh gosh. It was just going to happen that way regardless, wasn't it? I'm actually going to play the Scorched Earth this turn, in case I do decide I want to do some drawing. And I'm going to put Meowth out because if Flareon were to faint, I would actually put the Meowth out and basically let it faint while I try to get this Growlithe nice and ready. Your deck first, support a card, basic. Okay, so I have a Steven, which is nice. It might lead me to something that helps me get an Arcanine. What just happened? Oh! That was just rude. They discarded my special energy card. I did all that work to keep it. Alright, Steven, what can you do for me? Make sure you click both before you click done. I have no more Professor Sycamores. Oh. Oh, because I discarded one. I'm gonna take this, just in case. Never know. Because at least I could do damage to that thing. Okay. Still Ponyta here for a while. I already played an energy. I have enough energy to do that. I'm gonna do done for now. I'm not gonna use the stadium card. I don't want to waste energy yet. They did not attack. I really don't like when the computer does that, because then it just feels like you didn't really earn it. And that annoys me. Okay. So I am going to, so if I attack this, it's going to do 60 for sure, so it's going to do 40 for sure, flip a coin. Alright, I'm not going to use the other card yet. Of course. Oh, that's right, this is a steel deck. I wasn't thinking. Oh, we're probably going to discard one of these energies to draw some more cards. We need Arcanine, and it's another special energy card. It's not imperative right now, and with my So the Skarmory's being counted as a flying type, so it's super effective against electric, so my fire won't be super effective against it this time. It's always good to check and make sure these sorts of things, because something you would think would be super effective and then it's not, gets annoying. Well, we have a level ball, so let's go ahead and do what I said about the Rapidash. I'm actually also going to scroll through here real quick and see if there's any more special... Okay, so there's one more special energy here that is not in the prize cards. So that... decided to prep Rapidash instead, since I'm clearly not getting an Arcanine. Heads. When it didn't matter, so of course it happened when it didn't matter. I guess it didn't matter before either. So we had that. Did I mess that up? Your active Pokemon is not. Oh, I'm so sorry. I messed that up. The XP share goes to the Pokemon that's still alive. Well, that was a waste and a bust. It's been a while since I've played this. Let's see if we can get that Arcanine. We didn't really need to do any of this because we're going to take out that Pokemon. But it doesn't feel right to play this deck unless I have an Arcanine. Okay, there we are. Alrighty. And that is going to be the end of that battle. Well, thank you all for sticking around and checking out the battle, and seeing that I read the XP share wrong. I was questioning it earlier because I thought it went to the Pokemon that was not fainted, and then I read it again. I got really confused. So it goes to the Pokemon, so it would have been smart for me to put that on the Growlithe or the Rapidash or Ponyta at the time to ensure that it actually, I don't think I didn't have a Pokemon, basic Pokemon by the time I Professor Sycamore, did I? So it wouldn't really have mattered. Well, that is all I have for you all. Please make sure you hit subscribe, put a thumbs up, comment below some strategies that you use that I missed, or strategies that have worked or haven't worked for you, and we'll see you all next time. Wow, that's it. Bye.